Mighty Lions, Penn State beating number 19 Illinois 21-7 in this one. Let's go over the highest graded players for Penn State in this game. Abdul Carter, after a slow start to his season, man, he was amazing yesterday. We'll talk about him in a little bit. But a 91.1 grade against the Fighting Illini. Kobe King at an 82.6. Anthony Donko, the offensive tackle, at 81.2. Nick Singleton, 80.1. Zane Durant at 77.5. And Drew Aller with a really good game at a 78.3. Let's go over to the Illinois side of the ball with their 5 highest grade players. Caden Fegan, the running back, at 74.3. Tara Edwards at a 72.1. Zachary Franklin at 70.8. Pat Bryant, 70.7. Caleb Patterson at 69.3. And Luke Altmaier, 46.7 grade in this one. Dalton, for you, what was the stat that told the story?
So my big rant the last couple weeks has been how these Illinois offensive tackles, J.C. Davis and Melvin Priestley, have really turned around this entire team, right? Better in pass pro, better run block, balance on offense, helping your defense by keeping them off the field, all of that stuff. They just met their match in this game. And they're two, there's no question, they're two really good football players, and they're going to go in future weeks, and they're going to have really good games, and they're going to protect Altmaier and the Illinois is a good team. And look, they stayed in this game for a long time. Up until the last, 3 minutes, they stayed in this game. Mm-hmm. They just met their match in this one. Yeah. They did. Combined for a 40.7 overall grade. Davis with a 35.8 pass pro grade. Priestley with a 37 pass pro grade. And Priestley with a 45 run blocking grade. And he came into this game as one of the top 5 or 6 run blocking tackles in the entire country. They combined to give up 9 pressures. It was just not their night. And this is where look, credit to Penn State, man. I mean, these are two really good players, and they beat them up all night. And again, these are the two guys that, look, I think Illinois bounces back in future weeks. I think these two guys play better. Their offensive line plays better. Penn State just got the best of them, and you have some numbers on this. And Penn State was the more physical team. And the only other number a couple numbers I'll throw in there too. Illinois, 21 design carries, 57 rushing yards. Not going to win like that. And you're not going to win with Luke Altmaier under pressure on 60% of his dropbacks. None of that. Altmaier's one of the best clean pocket passers in the country. Not many clean pockets in this one, and you take the lead on that part because it was something to watch.
We said it in the preview. We said, hey, if you don't get pressure on this guy, you're in trouble.
They were in trouble. The first drive of the game, they didn't, and they were in trouble.
Getting pressure. And my dad even texted me. He's like, hey, they're not getting pressure on this guy. And I'm like, yeah, this is what's going to happen if you don't get pressure on him. And they did just that the rest of this game. Dawn. So pass rush win rate, again, it's not pressure rate, but pass rush win rate is basically you're going against a blocker. Do you beat the blocker? It doesn't matter if you get a pressure. It doesn't matter if you get a sack. Just do you beat the blocker? Penn State in this game, 79.5% pass rush win rate. 79.5% pass rush win rate. That is unbelievable.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Unreal. That's the highest for Penn State in a game since the 2019 season against Purdue. So 5 years, half a decade.
The fact that there's a since in there that they've done it before is nuts.
Yeah, that's just Penn State's.
That's a number that's I would think would be almost PFF record 19, type of stuff.
That's Micah Parsons was there. And probably other guys, yeah. So,
now it makes sense. Okay, yep.
So 50
something about number 11. Jeez.
You mentioned it. 60% pressure rate as well. Abdul Carter. Speaking of Micah Parsons, the Micah Parsons comps are alive and well after this kind of game. Massive breakout for Sticks, number 11 for Penn State. 7 pressures and a sack on 25 pass rushing snaps. Again, he had a really slow start to the year, kind of taking some time to transition from linebacker to edge rusher, and he got it going in this one. Against two, again, like I said, 2 really good tackles. Denied Dennis Sutton, the other edge defender for Penn State, 6 pressures on only 23 pass rushing snaps. Zane Durant, the big T tackle for Penn State, 5 pressures on 22 pass rushing snaps. And we mentioned before, Luke Altmaier had a bad grade, 40 passing grade under pressure. We said it. When he's clean, he is like a top 10 clean pocket passing grade in the country. When he's under pressure, he's outside the top 100. So they put him under pressure a lot, and that's why Illinois' offense could only score 7 points in this one. This is why it almost reminded me a lot of last year's game against Illinois. Get him under pressure. Penn State's offense looked good, but you get him under pressure, and the Illinois offense can't do anything, and they couldn't do anything in this game. And that almost 80% pass rush win rate number, Dalton. That is a ridiculous number.
It's just silly. I'm just going to expand on Carter for a minute. 90.9 pass rush grade, 24% pass rush win rate just by himself, which is really good. You mentioned the sack, 4 defensive stops, forced fumble, and even lined up at linebacker occasionally. They'll still drop him into coverage occasionally and made a really, really good athletic play to break up a pass as Altmaier was stepping up in the pocket. So, look, this is one of the freakiest guys in the country. Abdul Carter, rushing the passer, can drop in coverage, super athletic. And you mentioned the Parsons comps. You watch a game like this and you see it.
Yeah.
Because it's just that this is a guy at close to 250 pounds that can do things that normal people can't do. Abdul Carter took over this game, and want to shout out because it's a guy you were shouting out last night too, Zane Durant on the inside.
Oh, so good, dude.
Dominant last night.
He's had a great year too.
Yeah, he has. They've got this is the front that Penn State was looking for. They get this front seven with the way Andy Kotelnicki and their offense is running plays. It's a threat. That's a threat to any team in the country playing with their if their pass rush, and they won't win 80% of their pass rush reps every week. But if their pass rush starts playing like this now, we're kind of waiting for it. They're a threat to any team in the country.
Absolutely. So Irish Smile, shouting him out in the chat, saying Penn State's new coordinators are really coming together this year. Yeah. And I agree with that. Tom Allen defensively has been great, and Andy Kotelnicki offensively. We mention him all the time, but he's been great too.
I would give Kotelnicki the Broyles now.
Yeah,
right
now
I
would too. I would too. I'm glad you said it and not me, because I would have been called a biased Penn State fan for saying that. But I'm with you. I think
it's incredible. And you're doing this in 1 second here. Him understanding the pace of last night's game and what he needed to do. I didn't love some of Penn State's fourth down decisions and stuff like that, but as far as the play calls and understanding the pace of the game and really leaning on the run game in this one,
dude.
He just has a full understanding of what he needs to do every week. I absolutely love watching their offense.
This guy is a head coach. Maybe next year.
Waiting to happen, yeah.
I am dreading the day he leaves Penn State, because this is the best offensive coordinator I can remember for Penn State. He is unbelievable. Katron Allen in this one, my most impressive part of the game was Penn State's backfield, besides the defense being unbelievable. But let's go to the offense a little bit. Katron Allen, 18 carries, 102 yards, and a touchdown, 81 yards after contact with 5 broken tackles. Nick Singleton, 16 carries for 94 yards and a touchdown. Also 2 catches on 2 targets for 25 yards as well. Having this backfield with an improved passing game makes this offense dangerous. Top 5 running back unit in the country, no question about it with those two. And with Drew Aller playing a lot better this year, with the receiving, especially the receiving core playing a lot better. Really, Drew's been as good as he was last year.
How good is Tyler Warren, too?
Unreal. Maybe the best. Harold Fan is going to have a great case for the Mackey, but Tyler Warren's right there as well. This offense now, with Andy Kotelnicki leading it, they're complementing the defense, but even more so, Dalton, they're playing great football too. So I'm holding off from buying all the Penn State stock, because I've always had my heart broken every year. And I'm sure you and I are going to the Ohio State game. My family will actually be there as well. And I'm sure I'll be going into that with all the confidence in the world, and then I'll be heartbroken again. But we'll see. Right now, I feel really good about this Penn State team, but we'll see how the rest of the year goes. But this is a great performance by Penn State.
If their pass rush shows up like it did last night or anything close, they can beat anybody. Anybody. Don't care who it is.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a great win for Penn State.